we are here to learn something about in physics, and today's topic is a spherical mirror and terms related to spherical mirror, and we will discuss about some rules for drawing ray diagram in a spherical mirror. Okay, so again we are going to discuss a definition of image. From the definition of image, we know that when two or more reflected light rays actually meet or appears to meet, then at the point of meeting an image is formed. Okay, so from the definition of that point we are going to move on in the topic reflection of light, and today's topic is a spherical mirror. Okay,
Suppose we have a spherical glass. Okay. Now we have taken two part of the spherical glass. Let the first part one is this and second part one is the this one and this one we have drawn. Okay, so you can see that these two glasses are the parts of this spherical glass. Now these two are the two spherical glasses. When we have polished, in the first case outer part, in the second case we have polished inner part. When a glass is polished from one side, it acts as a mirror. Okay, so now we have two spherical mirror. In the first case you can see that outer part is polished and inner part act as a reflecting surface. Such type of a spherical mirror is called concave mirror. And while in the another case you can see that inner part is polished and outer part act as a reflecting surface. So such type of mirror is called convex mirror. Okay, now we are going to discuss some terms related to a spherical mirror. So you can see that this is a spherical glass and we have seen that the outer part of this glass is polished, so it will act as a concave mirror. Okay, now we are going to discuss some terms about this spherical mirror. The first term is pole. The first term is pole. A pole is the geometrical midpoint of the concave mirror. This is a concave mirror. This is the midpoint of this concave mirror. So this point will be called pole and will be denoted by the symbol P. Okay. Now the second term is center of curvature. Okay. So we know that this spherical mirror is the part of this spherical glass. So this spherical glass must have a center. Okay, and this center will be called the center of curvature for this concave mirror. And so we can define center of curvature as the center of the spherical glass of which this spherical mirror is a part, and it will be denoted by the symbol C. Okay, now the third topic is principal axis. Okay, the principal axis is an imaginary line joining pole and focus. Okay, the principal axis is an imaginary line joining pole and focus. Okay, now the next topic is a radius of curvature. The radius of the curvature is defined as the distance between pole and center of curvature. That is, the distance PC will be called radius of curvature of this concave mirror. Radius of the curvature is normally denoted by the symbol capital R. Now the next topic is principal focus or simply focus. Focus is denoted by the symbol capital F. We know that when a light ray, that is when incoming light rays, that is incident light rays, is parallel to the principal axis, then after reflection this light ray will pass through a point on the focus. This point is called focus. That is, all the light which are parallel to the principal axis after reflection will pass through a single point of the principal axis. That point is called focus, and this is the reason, that's why concave mirror is also called converging mirror. Okay, now the next point is focal length. The next point is focal length. It is denoted by the symbol small f. It is a distance between pole and focus. Okay, now in convex mirror, in the convex mirror, inner part act as a shining surface and outer part act as a reflecting surface. Now you can see that this is the midpoint of this convex mirror, that's why it is called pole, and the center of the spherical glass of which this mirror is a part will be called center of curvature of this convex mirror, and PC will be called the radius of curvature of this convex mirror. Now you can see that this is a incoming light ray which is parallel to the principal axis. Okay, but in this case you can see that focus center of curvature will be right hand side, but the reflecting part is the other side. So this light ray will reflect in another side. So you can see that this reflected light rays will not pass through the point of a principal axis. So that's why we are producing back to this reflected light ray. On producing back, we can see that this reflected light ray will appears to come from a point of the principal axis. In that case, this will be the principal focus of the convex mirror. Okay,
So we have learned about convex mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. You can see that in a concave mirror, the incoming light rays always pass through a point on the principal axis. Okay, that point is called principal focus. But while in convex mirror, the incoming light rays which are parallel to the principal axis will appears to come from a point of a principal axis. That is, in a concave mirror, principal focus is a real point, while in convex mirror the principal focus is a virtual point.
now we are going to discuss about rules for drawing a ray diagram in a spherical mirror. The rule number 1: when an incoming light ray is parallel to the principal axis. So we know that when an incoming light ray is parallel to the principal axis, okay, then after reflection it will pass through a point on the principal axis. That point is called focus. That is, in the rule number 1, you can see that when incoming light ray is parallel to the principal axis, then after reflection it will pass through a point on the principal axis in the case of concave mirror. While in convex mirror, if the incoming light is parallel to the principal axis, then it will appears to come from a point on the principal axis. That point is called focus. Okay, this is the rule number 1. The rule number 2 is opposite to rule number 1. In rule number 1, we know that if incoming light is parallel to the principal axis, then after reflection it will pass through the focus. But while in rule number 2, if the incoming light ray comes along focus, that is, incoming light ray is coming through the focus, then after reflection it will become parallel to the principal axis. Okay, and the rule number 3, if the incoming light ray goes along center of curvature, then it will reflected back along the same path. That is, there will be no change in the path of the incident light ray after reflection when it passes through a point called center of curvature.